today we talk about 70 plus TV channels, 200 plus radio stations, hundreds of newspapers around the country. Afghanistan is certainly the shining light of free press in the entire region. You compare it with any of our neighbors. We are the country where Afghans can bravely tell their stories. In Afghanistan, I would say every journalist believes that a story is worth their lives. So they go an extra mile to bring interesting stories to the Afghan people. You're certainly free to say whatever you want to say, but you're responsible for the consequences of what you say. There are tremendous challenges posed from people in the government, to warlords, to gunmen, to the Taliban, to the other terrorist organizations, and to narco traffickers, criminal gangs.
Unfortunately, so far, government has been on top of this violence. But the government is not the only perpetrator. We have the armed conflict, the armed forces that are part of the conflict as another perpetrator of the violence, and they come in second. The violence that's happening or that's coming from the insurgency has become a lot more violent and a lot more gruesome than that of the government. Government's violence is limited to threats and assaults, but they don't go to the extent where they would kill a journalist or attack a media station for their work.
Being a journalist in Afghanistan, that means courage, as you said, and also being a woman and being a journalist in Afghanistan, it is more difficult. And a woman journalist have to start fighting from home, because I know many journalists, many women journalists, that they are graduated from journalism faculty, but their families are not allowed them to work as a journalist. The families, they know the sensitivity of this profession, and they know how it's difficult for a woman to be a journalist here. But we are very lucky, because we have now around 2,000 women are working in this industry.
A lot of the media stations that were born out of after 2001 were supported by the international aid that Afghanistan was receiving. But as the aid started to decline, a lot of these free media that are non-partisan, they have been dwindling, and they have been closing down. So that's another threat to free media in the country.
We have come a long way. It's irreversible. We can't go back. The country, there's a new generation now grown up with press freedom in their DNA.